Warm greetings to students. So today we are going to discuss the plus 2 physics electrostatics 5 mark questions in English medium. I am Dr. Krishnasamy, BG Assistant Government Girls Secondary School, Tirunelveli districts. Calculate the electric field due to dipole on its axial line. So the electric field of a dipole on axial line that can be calculated. What is electric dipole? You know, two equal and opposite charges are separated by a distance, small distance 2a, then it is called dipole. Here a and b are the 2 points, two equal and opposite charges. At the point a minus q, at the point p plus q, charges are located. O is the midpoint of the two charges. The point O lies from point A is a distance. Similarly, the point O lies at B, small a distance. P vector is the dipole moment. You know, dipole moment can be calculated. One of the magnitude of these charges is multiplied by a distance 2a, then we can have the dipole moment. From the point O, we consider point C on its axial line. The distance from the point O to C is r. Okay. Now the distance from the point B to C, that easily calculated, r minus a. Why? Because the distance from O to B is a. Okay. Now electric field, the term, you know, E is equal to K into F by Q. F is the force between the two charges. According to the Coulomb's law, F can be calculated Q1, Q2 by R squared. Now, electric field due to the charge plus Q, this can be calculated K into Q by R squared. The first formula is there, no? So here E plus equal to 1 by 4 epsilon 0 Q by R minus A the whole square P unit vector. Similarly, electric field T2 minus Q, the charge minus Q at the point C will be calculated E minus symbol, that is electric field T2 negative Q charge. Minus 1 by 4 epsilon 0 Q by R plus A the whole square. Here we are writing R plus A because the distance from the point A to C is R plus A. Okay. Now the total electric field at the point C can be calculated. Electric field T2 plus charge, electric field T2 minus charge. That is, sum of these two charges will give the total electric field at the point C. E vector is equal to 1 by 4 epsilon 0 Q by R minus A the whole square. This is electric field T2 plus charge. And minus charge, electric field T2 minus charge 1 by 4 epsilon 0 Q by R plus A the whole square. And the P is the P unit vector. Okay. Now, arranging these equations, the common factor is taken outside. Here both we are having Q by 4 by epsilon 0. The remaining factor 1 by R minus A the whole square minus 1 by R plus A the whole square P unit vector. Now you cross multiply this equation and expanding A plus B the whole square form, then after cancelling the terms we are getting Q by 4 epsilon 0 4 RA by R square minus A square the whole square P unit vector. But we know very well dipole moment, one of the charge is multiplied by a distance, small distance 2a, then we can have the dipole moment. Here P is the unit vector, so total P vector can be obtained 2aqp unit vector. So now you substitute this value P unit vector, then here 2, then a, then the remaining term will be 2pr divided by R square minus A square the whole square. Now you consider the A is very small distance, 2A is a very small distance, so A is very small distance. So compared with R, A is negligible. Okay, so then we can write 2p r divided by r power 4. Now the r and r power 4 get cancelled, then we can have 1 by 4 epsilon 0 2p vector by r cube. This is the resultant vector of electric field due to dipole on its axial line. Now what is the direction of the electric field due to dipole on its axial line? So the diagram of electric field is along the dipole moment. So the dipole moment is acting from minus q2 plus q charges. So it is acting this direction, and the electric field is also acting and along the dipole moment. Okay, so this is the first question in this lesson. Shall we move the next question? Calculate electric field due to dipole on its equatorial plane. An electric dipole is placed along the x-axis. C is the midpoint at a distance r from O on the equatorial plane. Here, two electric field is acting at the point C. One is from plus Q, another one is minus Q. So the direction of the electric field is given here. Here it is moving in this direction, plus Q. Due to the plus Q, the electric field is acting in the upward direction. Whereas electric field due to minus Q is acting in downward direction. So there will be a net electric field. Here is a net electric field, here indicated at the point C. The resultant electric field is resolved into two components. One is vertical component, another one is horizontal component. The vertical components E plus sin theta and E minus sin theta cancels each other, whereas the horizontal component due to the both charges will add up. Now the total resultant electric field due to the dipole along the horizontal component will be E plus cos theta p vector minus E minus cos theta p vector. So now totally we can add this one and we can have resultant electric field along the horizontal line minus 2E cos theta. Now the E plus and E minus are same magnitude, so we can write it 1 by 4 epsilon 0 q by r plus a the whole square. Here r plus a the whole square is obtained. Here it is from A to O is A, O to C is R. Then automatically we can calculate A to C. Similarly B to C. So it's a hypotenuse, no? So the hypotenuse can be calculated, you know very well, A square plus R square. Okay, whole power 1 by 2. So now since we are having E is equal to Q by R square into K, so now we can write 1 by 4 epsilon 0 Q by R square plus A square. Then total along the horizontal component will be minus 1 by 4 epsilon 0 2Q cos theta by R square plus A square P unit vector. Okay, so E total is equal to 1 by 4 epsilon 0. Instead of cos theta, we can substitute the value. Here, this is the angle theta. If you want to calculate
cos theta,
then we can write it A divided by R square plus A square whole power 1 by 2. It's the cos theta value. Now substitute this cos theta value here. We can have 2aq by R square plus A square whole power 3 by 2. Substituting this equation B unit vector. We know very well dipole moment P vector is equal to 2aq P vector P unit vector. So E total is equal to minus 1 by 4 epsilon 0 P vector by R cube. When R is greater than A. So the direction of electric field is opposite to the dipole moment. So the direction of electric field here, the direction of the electric field is opposite to the dipole moment. Dipole moment is acting minus q2 plus q. Okay, so electric field is acting in this direction. So both directions are in opposite. So this is result for electric field due to dipole on its equatorial plane. Okay, now comparing with the axial line and equatorial line, in the equatorial line will have 2 times lesser than the electric field due to the axial line. The axial line formula will be 1 by pi epsilon 0 2p by r cube, whereas the equatorial line 1 by pi epsilon 0 p vector by r cube. Okay, so you remember. Shall we move the next question? Okay, derive an expression for electrostatic potential due to an electric dipole. So we know very well electric dipole is placed along the x-axis. P is the point at a distance r from the O. Here we are considering any point P. In previous questions we consider on its axial line and a midpoint, but here we consider at any point P. It makes an angle theta with the center O. The distance from the O to P is r. The distance from the plus Q to point B is r1. The distance from the minus Q to the point P is r2. Okay. Now potential d2 plus Q to the point P. The general formula is potential V is equal to K into Q by R, where R is the distance of the point charge to the point. Now using this formula we are calculating the potential due to the plus Q at the point P. 1 by 4 epsilon 0 Q by R1, the distance is R1. Similarly, potential T2 minus Q, that can be calculated, minus 1 by 4 epsilon 0 Q by R2. R2 is the distance from the point A to P. Then the total potential at the point P can be calculated by adding these two potential. If we add these two potential, then we can have Q by 4 epsilon 0 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Common factor taken outside. The remaining factor is written like this, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Okay. Now we have to calculate the R1 and R2 value. Okay. Now for we are having the cosine law, applying the cosine law, that is 1 by R1 is equal to 1 by R. Here R is this point, R is the distance from O to B. Okay, so 1 by R into 1 plus A cos theta by R. You don't want how this value is calculated, just you write it 1 by R into 1 plus A cos theta by R. Similarly 1 by R2 is equal to 1 by R into 1 minus A cos theta by R. Now common factor is taken outside and 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2 value substituted in this formula. So 1 by R1 value is 1 by R into 1 plus A cos theta substituted here instead of 1 by R1. Then the value of 1 by R2 of this value substituted in this formula. Okay, now you arrange this equation, then we got V is equal to 1 by 4 epsilon 0 P cos theta by R squared. This is the electric potential due to the dipole at any point, where theta is the angle from the midpoint to the any point. Okay. Now we have to consider the case, three case. First case, when the point lies on the axial side of plus Q. Okay, that is if the charge, this point lies in this side, that along the axis side, the point P lies here, then what about potential due to this dipole? So that value can be calculated, then theta will be 0. So the angle theta lies 0, then cos 0 1, so we can write it 1 by epsilon 0 P by R square. So if the point P lies on the other side, here the point B lies here, this side, then the formula will becomes 1 by epsilon 0 P by R squared of minus negative, so cos 180 minus 1 So instead of theta you have to write 180, then the formula becomes minus 1 by 4 epsilon 0 p by r square. Similarly, if the point lies on equatorial line, that is, if the point lies at the exactly at the center of the two dipoles, then theta will be 90, then potential will be 0, cos 90 0. So here theta, instead of theta 90, then total potential will be 0. Okay, so these three cases you should discuss. Okay, so the potential due to dipole on any point, at any point with the distance of r, that is calculated by the formula 1 by 4 epsilon 0 p cos theta by r square. Okay, so shall we move the next question? Obtain the expression for electric field due to an infinitely long charged wire. Here, consider an infinitely long straight wire having uniform linear charge density lambda. Here, lambda is nothing but charge per unit length. Okay, let B be the any point located at perpendicular distance r from the wire. Okay, so B is the point, any point located r from the wire. The electric field at the point B can be found using the Gauss law. Okay, the total electric flux through the closed surface is calculated. Now you are considering a Gaussian surface here around the wire. We are considering the Gaussian surface. So the point P lies on the Gaussian surface. So you are seeing two surfaces which are located at the bottom and top surface and bottom surface you are considering in the Gaussian surface. Okay, now the total electric flux can be calculated. Then the closed integral E dot dA. Here three surfaces we are having. One is curved surface along the curved surfaces, then top surface and then bottom surface. We are calculating the total flux in this surface, okay, using the Gauss law. Okay, now curved surface E dot dA vector, top surface E dot dA vector plus bottom surface E dot dA vector. So it is seen that from the figure the curved surface E is parallel to A and E dot dA. For the top and bottom surfaces, E is perpendicular to the normal. Okay, so the angle between the normal and electric field due to the charge is 90. Okay, so at the bottom and top the flux value will become 0. Okay, so only the curved surface flux only will act on that Gaussian surface. Okay, so now then the pi E becomes integral E dot dA. So according to the Gauss law, the total flux enclosed in the closed surface will be equal to the total net charge enclosed in the surface and 1 by epsilon 0 times. So using this law we are writing here Q enclosed by epsilon 0. Okay, so the magnitude of electric field for entire curved surface is constant. E is taken outside of the integration. Q enclosed is given by Q in lambda L, where lambda is the linear charge density. So the total area TA of the curved surface will be 2 pi RL. It's a cylindrical surface. So the formula can be calculated using 2 pi RL. E dot, instead of TA we substitute the value E dot 2 pi RL is equal to Q. Instead of Q we are writing lambda L by epsilon 0. So E is equal to 1 by 2 pi epsilon 0 lambda by R. Here L get cancelled. In vector form, E vector is equal to 1 by 2 by epsilon 0 lambda by R into vector. So the electric field due to the infinite charged wire depends on 1 by R. rather than 1 by r squared, which is a point charge. So consider this equation, the electric field due to the long wire is depends on 1 by r, but in point charge we discussed 1 by r squared. Okay, so this is the important questions in this lesson. Shall we move the next question? Explain in detail the construction and working of Van de Graaff generator. Okay, so this device produces, Van de Graaff generator produces potential difference of 10 to the power 7 volt. Okay, first you write the principle. Electrostatic induction and action at points is the principle used. You write the principle. What are the uses? It is used to accelerate positive ions for nuclear disintegration. Okay, now we are going to discuss the construction of this Van de Graaff generator. Okay, first a hollow spherical conductor is fixed on the insulating wire stand. So here you have the hollow spherical conductor. A pulley P is placed at the center of the hollow sphere and another pulley C is fixed at the bottom. Okay. Next, the pelt made up of silk or rubber runs over the both pulleys. Okay. The pulley C is run by electric motor. Okay. Two metallic combs E and D are fixed near the pulleys. Okay. The comb E is fixed near the pulley P and comb T is fixed near the pulley C. Okay. The comb D is given by potential of 10 to the power 4 volt. The upper comb E is connected to the inner sphere. Okay. So this is the construction, you have to write it. The comb plus P is given positive potential, higher potential is given. Students, you remember, you have to put the two more batteries higher potential because we are applying the higher potential, so you have to mention the higher potential. Okay, now how it is working, how we are going to discuss working of the Van de Graaff generator. Okay, now high electric field near D is given, it ionizes the air. Okay, due to the action of points, pelt gets positive charges and negative charges attracted towards the comb T. Here the gas gets ionization. Due to the ionization, the positive charges are attracted by the pelt and negative charges is attracted by the comb D. Okay, two positive charges are distributed uniformly on the outer surface of the hollow sphere. Okay, now the positive charge reach the comb E. Because of the rotation of the pelt, it moves upwards and reaches the comb E. Due to electrostatic induction, comb E gets negative charge and the sphere gets positive charge. The positive charge are distributed uniformly on the outer surface of the hollow sphere. Okay, due to the corona discharge, positive charge in the pelt are cancelled and down going pelt does not carry charge. Okay, at the bottom it again gets a large positive charge. This process continues till the sphere produces the potential difference of 10 to the power 7 volt. Okay, the leakage of this charge can be reduced by enclosing the machine. Okay, so the leakage of this charge is reduced by enclosing the machine in a gas filled steel chamber at very high pressure. Okay, so this is the working of the Van de Graaff generator. Now we are going to see the working of the Van de Graaff generator. Here a pillar is taken, the sphere is mounted on the pillar. Okay, the belt is connected by the pulleys, two pulleys B and C, and the pulley B is connected to the electric motor. Now then the comb D is given high potential, and comb E is connected to the sphere, and when you apply the high potential to the comb, the gas ionizes the gas, and the positive charges is attracted by the belt, and it moves towards since the belt is moving due to electrostatic induction, the comb E gets a negatively charged, attract negatively charged, and positive charged are on the sphere. Okay, this is the very important question in this lesson. So now you are watching this video. Thanks for watching the 5 mark questions, and subscribe for more 3 mark, 2 mark and 1 mark questions in this channel. Thank you, students.